Okay, guys, so today we're talking about literary elements, and this is my graphic organizer here, and you guys have something that looks similar to this on Google Classroom that I will post. However, you will be typing. And so we know that our title is Flora and Ulysses, okay? And then the first thing that we're going to do is I am going to do this part for you, okay? We need to think literary elements are very similar to the plot elements. It's who are the characters, what's the setting, what happened at the beginning of the story where we learn the problem, what happens in the middle, events that lead to a possible solution from the problem, and then what happens at the end. What is the resolution, which is like the solution, okay? So I'm going to model first. Now, the characters. Who is the story mainly about? Well, very first off, we learn that Mrs. Tickum is one of the characters, and she's the one who gets the vacuum, right? And then we get introduced to Flora. And then later on, we get introduced to Ulysses, which we learn how he gets his name, okay? And we know that Ulysses gets his name from Mrs. Tinkman's vacuum. The vacuum is called the Ulysses, I think, 2000 power or something like that. Okay, and so I wrote these here, that the main characters are Flora, Mrs. Tickum, and Ulysses, who is the squirrel. And I'm going to write that. The squirrel. Okay, then I'm going to go to the setting. Well, right away, at the very beginning of the story on page 20, before the story actually really starts, it says in bold print on page 20, it shows that they are in the Tinkman kitchen, and it's a late summer afternoon. So I'm going to write summer right here. Okay. And then we're going to see how the story progresses together. Okay, so you guys will write this or type it in your graphic organizer that we are going to use. But one question I'm going to leave with you before we do this together is, can settings change in a story, or do they remain in the same place all the time or through the whole story? So after you see this video, we're going to be talking about, can settings change through a story?